Hi, this is Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com, right back here on WagerTalk TV with a very special weekend video for you. And this is an NBA Fade the Public video for all four playoff matchups covering Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. A 3-for-1 video here for you with four games. I know many of you were on board this past winter for my Fade the NFL public video, which went 31-7 against the spread over the last half of the season, all the way through the Super Bowl. I know many of you joined me as well for my Fade the NCAA tournament video, which hit over 60% fading the most public sides and totals. Well, I wanted to do something special this weekend as we have four NBA playoff games. We have the lines out, and I'm getting the public data as we speak. It's coming in each and every moment all weekend long, but I've got enough here to make a video for you for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So stay tuned. That information's coming up in just a moment. First, I want to remind you the NBA playoffs have been just fantastic. I told everybody coming in it's my favorite sport of all. The last 25 years as a full-time professional, I've won consistently the NBA playoffs, probably more so than any other sport, any other time of year. Well, the NBA playoffs are now 17-4 against the spread at WagerTalk.com. I also won my final regular season play in the NBA. So now an 18-4 NBA run as I head into Saturday night. Guess what? Many of you have taken advantage, but unfortunately, many of you even more so have not. And there's one simple reason why. That's because the one $2 play, the 5% play I released a couple Tuesdays ago, did not win. It went 0-1. All the other NBA games on each side of it are on a current 18-3 run. But unfortunately, there's many big game hunters out there. There's $2 hunters. They just want the one play. And when it didn't work, and by the way, it was an ugly one. It was the LA Clippers in game 2, never close. They jumped ship. Well, I came right back with the Clippers in games 3 and 4 and cashed. I stayed off game 5. I came back last night on Friday in game 6 and cashed with the Clippers. So 3-0 using the LA Clippers since that $2 5% loss. 18-3 on all other NBA plays. You get the point. You have to take a long-term investment approach. You definitely have to take more of an approach than just one game, which is only 1% stronger than all the other plays. 4% plays have gone an incredible run, as I just mentioned, and I want everybody to be on board for the rest of this year and into next year. A one-year all-sports special is still available this weekend only. It is about to expire, 1 day left, and your chance to save 50% half price to save $1,000 off a full year of my best bets for every sport every day is about to expire. SM999. SM999 gets you a full 365 days of football, basketball, and baseball, every college and pro football, baseball, and basketball play every day, the exact same games I am using personally each day, the same games I have won with consistently for 25 years as a professional sports bettor, are the same games you get each day. I average 2 to 3 plays a day. That works out to about $1.40 per play for the next year. SM999, half price for a full year of all sports. Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com. Start taking a serious long-term investment approach and get on board not only this 18-4 NBA run, but a perfect 12-0 baseball and NBA run the last 6 days, a 12-0 sweep as we head into this weekend. I'm hot. Now's the time to get on board. SM999, Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com. Let's get to some playoff basketball for this weekend. We have 4 series in the NBA playoffs. Going to go in time start order here. We have 1 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday, 1 on Monday night. Let's look first at the Saturday night game. Big game 1 in the Eastern Conference semifinals, and this very well should be the finals. By far, probably the best playoff series we're going to see maybe all year, depending on how it plays out. And that's the Milwaukee Bucks and the pre-playoff favorites and still the favorites to win it all, the Brooklyn Nets, who are even a heavier favorite now. They're now minus money to win the conference. They're just a little bit better than 2-1 to win the whole thing. And understandable why. This team is loaded with 3 superstar players that did not play together much during the regular season in Irving, Durant, and Harden, obviously. But they're together now. They're looking good. You know, they started a little sluggish in game 1 against the Bucks. The Miami Heat, needed overtime. Milwaukee needed overtime. They came back and swept the next 4. Same thing with the Nets. They started a little sluggish against the Celtics in game 1, but then turned things on, did lose a game on the road, and then closed it out as expected. Both teams, because of that, got their work done quickly. They've had a lot of time off. The Bucks have been off for a full week. Nets have been off for about half a week. And this is one of the highest totals, actually the second highest total in NBA playoff history. Pacers-Wizards in the play-in game had another one in the 240 range, but this one is up there as well. Be careful, though, with the total. Public is on the over as expected, but game 1 Class A teams usually play the under, and with that much time off, I wouldn't be surprised to see this game a little lower scored. I think the first half under might be the best way to play it, actually. Not a game I'm involved in. I do have a strong best bet in this game on the side tonight for my clients at WagerTalk.com, but if you're looking at the total, I think the first half under might have a little bit of value. As this one, I think the teams come out rested. They come out focused on defense. First half under is 118.5. So it's a little less than the half the game total, but I think for good reason. And Nets, Brooklyn, once again, 7:30 Eastern Saturday night. As far as the public consensus, public leaning a little bit towards towards Brooklyn on the side. Milwaukee not getting as much public love. Brooklyn, about a 4-point favor, getting about 60% of the public consensus. And once again, the public is also leaning towards the over. But I think this game might surprise some in the first half, especially. I'd maybe look at a first half under and fade the public in that regard. Looking ahead to Sunday, we have 2 games on the Sunday card in the NBA playoffs. First game goes at 1 o'clock Eastern, early Sunday afternoon, and that's an interesting game one as well. The Atlanta Hawks and the Philadelphia 76ers. A lot of uncertainty here. As I do this video on Saturday evening, we still don't know Joel Embiid's status. He's questionable. I personally, if I was the coach, would not play him. I doubt he's 100%. Why would you risk your superstar, the guy that was one of the top 3 MVP candidates in the league this year, in game 1 of a 7-game series? So be very cautious with this one. Despite the fact, though, that Embiid is questionable, I'm still seeing the public consensus actually on Philadelphia in this game, also leaning towards the over in this one. Got to talk about the Atlanta Hawks real quick, though. Be careful. This is not a typical 5 seed. Atlanta turned their season around on March 1st. They fired head coach Lloyd Pierce. They make the assistant McMillan the interim, Nate McMillan, former NBA star, the interim. He's been known for getting players to rally, at least in the regular season, and boy, did he do that. This is a team that was 14-20 heading into March, and after the coaching change, they went 27-11 to finish the regular season. They beat the higher seeded Knicks 4 out of 5 games. So that means the Hawks are now 31-12 straight up since the coaching change versus 14-20 before. That's over a 60-win season and a full NBA season. That'd be like the best record in the league. So this is not your typical 5 seed. And if Philadelphia is a little shorthanded still with Embiid injured, the public might be wrong on this one. And once again, the public is on Philadelphia and the over here, but be cautious. A lot of uncertainty with this game 1. Game 7 takes place at 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific on Sunday afternoon. And that, of course, is Game 7 between the Mavs and Clippers. I talked about at the beginning of the video how I missed the $2 Tuesday play on the Clippers in Game 2. Came right back with them with Game 3 and an easy winner in Game 4. Also had them in Game 6. Stayed off Game 5, stayed off Game 1. So I'm 3-0 with the Clippers the last 3 times I've used them since that $2 Tuesday loss. Yet, unfortunately, many of you jumped ship and never came back. You've missed part of this current 18-4 NBA run. You've missed out on the 12-0 sweep the past 6 days heading into the weekend in baseball and basketball. Don't forget, promo code SM999. SM999 gets you a full year for half price this weekend only. It's about to expire. Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com. Speaking of Game 7, though, between the Mavericks and the Clippers, home teams in general have been very strong plays. The odds maker knows it. The public knows it. And that's why you usually see an inflated price for Game 7s. Game 7 teams on the straight-up win over 80% of the time in the NBA, historically over 133 games that's happened. However, recently, though, Game 7s in round 1 have not been quite as strong. It is 9-3 straight up, 75%, so that's pretty much on pace, a little less. But they're only 5-7 against the spread. So that once again shows teams are winning, but not covering. So in round 1, Game 7s, the last 12 times we've had it, we've had 4 situations out of the 12, 1/3 of the time, in which a team has won but not covered. So that makes this point spread very interesting, and not a surprise, I guess, that the public is heavy on Dallas. In fact, as we head into mid-Saturday evening here, the most public play of all 4 games on the board looks like it's going to be the Dallas Mavericks. I think a lot more money will come in Sunday, but that's usually public money. So I think even more public money might come in, whereas the sharps usually like to back these Game 7 home teams. So we'll see if we have a sharp square divide. Line is 6.5 across the board. There were a couple 6s out there briefly, went to 6.5 on Saturday morning, even though the public consensus, once again, is very heavy on Dallas. So once again, Dallas Mavericks look like they're going to be the most public side of any of the 4 games we're covering here this weekend in the NBA playoffs. That Game 7, once again, Sunday, 3:30 Eastern. One other game to talk about here that we do have lines and matchups of, another Game 1, which goes Monday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, Monday night on June 7th, is Denver at Phoenix. Not a huge public lean on the side. Phoenix looks to be public, but not as much as the other games we've talked about. But the over looks like it could be very public in this game. And keep in mind, I'll be back here on Wager Talk TV Monday afternoon, 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific, live with Joe Ranieri and company and Rob Vino as well, and Ski Profit to talk about this game in depth on Monday. So I highly recommend you check out Wager Talk TV each and every day, but especially Monday afternoon for NBA tip-off, as we'll be diving much more detail into Game 1 between the Suns and Nuggets. But as of now, it looks like the over could be a highly public play. And the reason I bring that up this weekend is if you want to play it early, if you like the over, you might want to lock in now. If you like the under, I would definitely wait, as you'll probably get a better number come game day on Monday when more public money comes in. on the over. Understandably why. Phoenix, big upset over the Lakers, although Lakers were a bit shorthanded down the stretch, but still, Phoenix looks like they're going to be a little bit of a public side. The over with two high-profile over teams in Phoenix and Denver on Monday. Looks like that's where the money will be coming on the total. Once again, NBA tip-off Monday, 3 Eastern, noon Pacific, right here on Wager Talk TV. Hey, hope this video helped. As always, give it a thumbs up, like it if you like the content. Most importantly, subscribe to Wager Talk TV so you find these videos along with the NBA, Major League Baseball videos as well each and every day. And also, leave me a comment below. Let me know who you like this weekend in the NBA playoffs. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the public sides and totals that I mentioned in these 4 games. You know, the public isn't always wrong, but they're not always right either. And more times than not, they're not right. And we've taken advantage of that this year right here on Wager Talk TV with Fade the NFL, NCAA tournament, and now the NBA playoffs. Let's see if it works as well here as well. What has been working, once again, folks, has been my best bets on WagerTalk.com. Perfect 12-0 hot streak the last 6 days and nights in baseball and basketball as we head into the weekend. 12 straight winners the last 6 days and nights. More importantly, 18-4 in the NBA over the past month. I know I missed a $2 Tuesday play. Many of you jumped ship. Shame on you. 18-3 on all other plays on each side during the NBA during this monster run. Isn't it time you stop living and dying by single game results and you start taking a serious long-term investment approach? Well, I'm giving you the reason to do it right now. The cost of investment has never been lower. Half price, 50% discount for a full year, 365 days of every best bet, every sport that I'm personally using each day. Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com. Must have promo code SM999, and it expires this weekend. The clock is ticking. You just missed a 12-0 sweep the last 6 days. Don't wait any longer. SM999, half price for a full year of all sports. Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com. Once again, thanks for watching this video. Subscribe to Wager Talk TV. Give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment below. And be sure to check back soon right here on this channel for more information each and every day. Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com, wishing you the best of luck this weekend. I'll talk to you again soon.